Finding a game that will draw you in so much that you forget about everything else is a challenge, but there are still games that pull you into their world for 1,000 hours, and even more. And we are not talking about some Dota. Today will be much more diverse. Make some tea and we'll get started. The size of the country and the number of cars in this game is truly mind-boggling. There is something special, real, manly about it. Getting behind the wheel, taking a trip into the sunset. Although, of course, it is better to experience this in real life. But to save on gasoline, you can just buy a steering wheel, settle down in front of the monitors, and enjoy similar sensations for a long time. Probably, this is the only game, except for trucker simulators, for which you really should buy a steering wheel. It's addictive beyond belief. It's rare today to find games that can make space truly exciting. Often when space games are mentioned, there is a preconception that it will be boring, difficult, and slow. But X4 Foundations definitely shatters those stereotypes. It is one of the most thoughtfully designed space simulators, created without being overly cartoonish. Unlike Dome and Sky, X4 Foundations offers the possibility to pilot any ship. The main thing is that it should be able to fly in all directions, including up and down. After all, this is space. The game forces you to engage your mind, involving a live financial system, unique building projects, and the occasional battle. This is by far the best space game that you won't be able to tear yourself away from for weeks. A real hit that turns the perception of space games upside down. There may be nothing quite like the excitement of bear hunting in the county, but this game provides a unique gaming experience that can suck you in for 1,000 hours. I'm going through it leisurely myself right now. I'm in the second act, and I've already planned so much for the second playthrough that I can barely contain myself from starting it all over again. Imagine, I offer you 3 different ways to get through, each of which will force you to spend quite a bit of time thinking about strategies. You can use a certain power and develop your talents in a certain area. Who knows, maybe you'll become an elitist at the end, or what if you go through the game killing every NPC you meet? What kind of consequences would that have? There are so many options that you want to try every single one of them, and that's not all. The more you play, the more interesting ideas come to mind. In short, this game makes me genuinely excited, for the glory of the absolute. The MMORPG genre, known for its ability to addict players, is also worth mentioning in this video. However, let's put aside the discussion of popular games like World of Warcraft, given Blizzard's current position, and focus on more recent and interesting projects. Let's take Conqueror's Blade for example. It's a unique MMO game where you not only develop your character, but also improve your army, which is a key element of gameplay. In this world, each player can take up to 3 different types of troops to the battlefield. But the interesting thing is that not only your character participates in battles, but also your troops actively influence the course of battles. The game offers a variety of character classes and more than 100 types of troops, each of which can be pumped. Not all of them are equally playable though, and the metagame sometimes requires you to switch your focus to other troop types. The game also features guild battles and an equipment upgrade system. Conqueror's Blade provides a full game world that's easy to immerse yourself in for a long time. And a nice bonus, donation does not have a decisive impact on gameplay, which makes the game accessible to a wide range of players. Among the gaming world, there are titles that seem immortal, and Planetside 2 is a prime example of such a game. You can certainly choose something like Battle Beat Remastered for fun, but if you're not into low-polygon graphics, Planetside 2 proves to be a great alternative. Planetside 2 is appealing for its large-scale battles. The game still has a wonderful online presence, making it easy to find matches. Its gigantic maps, 3 warring factions, and endless 24/7 warfare create a unique atmosphere. The front line is constantly changing, providing dynamic and exciting gameplay. It is important to note that Planetside 2 requires more skill and attention from players than standard shooters. The game has retained the spirit of the old games when the difficulty and demand on the player were higher. Despite its age, Planetside 2 still lives on and remains one of the best games in its genre. I'm sure many of you are passionate about fighting games, spending dozens, if not thousands of hours in them, mastering a variety of techniques and combinations of different characters. While we all look forward to the release of Mortal Kombat 11 in September, there is a great alternative for those who want variety and new challenges. We are talking about Street Fighter 6, which in practice turned out to be one of the best parts of this iconic series, and certainly one of the best fighting games in general. This game amazes not only with its gameplay, but also with its visuals, beautiful, brutal, and variant fights. Street Fighter 6 offers a new level of dynamism and skill that is sure to be appreciated by both newcomers and seasoned fans of the genre. While fighting games are different from shooters, it's impossible not to mention the latter, especially Apex Legends, which has kept me engrossed for several thousand hours, and that's even despite missing the last season. Apex recently launched a new season that brought significant changes to the Revenant character, making him even more powerful and interesting to play. Revenant's revamp was a success. He became more playable than before. In addition, the developers made changes to the weapon arsenal and other aspects of the game, which is typical for updates to this outstanding game. Despite notable issues with the competitive scene in our region, Apex Legends still outperforms many other games, including projects from Blizzard that have raised many questions from the gaming community in recent years. Apex Legends continues to engage players with its ability to energize emotions and provide engaging gameplay, which it's especially impressive when you spend hours battling a single boss in Elden Ring trying to figure out how to defeat it. This game really provides a lot of fun with challenges like that, but how much time can you spend in it? That question is of course rhetorical. In Elden Ring, you can get carried away developing different builds, go through several new playthroughs, create a specialized build for PvP, or even try to get through the game without using a shield, relying only on dodging. After the first playthrough, players often set new challenges and attempt to complete them. These independently devised challenges make spending time in Elden Ring truly engaging and addictive. As a result, the hours spent in the game fly by, but with a lot of fun and enjoyment. However, not everyone is looking for challenges in games, because there are plenty of challenges in real life too. Sometimes you just need to relax, and that's where Valheim comes in with its unique, refreshing world. It's hard to explain this feeling, but when you build your first hut somewhere in the picturesque meadows and make a fire, it's as if you are immersed in the world of your character, finding yourself in the same meadows. The developers have been actively updating the game lately, so the adventure isn't limited to just meadows. Valheim has misty lands, a new boss queen, and many other interesting places to explore. Progressing through the game can take quite a while, given the almost endless building opportunities. The game is incredible, especially when playing with friends, and it can easily keep you engrossed for hours. Speaking of games that you can enjoy with friends, it is worth mentioning another shooter that can pull you in for more than a joke: Hunt Showdown. The game is similar to Escape from Tarkov in concept, but with a darker and more mystical atmosphere. You will not only have to survive in this dark world, but also to defeat boss monsters, and then carry away the bounty by evading other hunters. In Hunt Showdown, you will find a wide variety of weapons, which are yet to be upgraded to, and a unique combination of realism with dark fantasy elements. Encounters with other players, who, like you, are trying to capture valuable trophies, turn into tense and dynamic firefights. These moments are filled with strong emotions, desperate battles in the mud and darkness, when shots ring out all around you and your friends come under fire and your hands shake from the tension.